Hey, welcome back everybody. Back at the camp again, another Saturday. I'm almost working like 7 days a week now. But we got something juicy today. This is Julio's car, and we're gonna tune it. This has the legendary FP Black, the new one with the external wastegate. He's got a 2.0 built bottom end. We did not build it. And he has kelford 272s, intercooler, ID 2000s. We did a fuel system for him and fittings and all that stuff. A single walbro 450 in the back. And that's basically it. Just typical bolt-ons with a built bottom. So we're gonna do E85 and 93. I mean, I don't know how much power Gustavo really wants, but it should make a little some pretty good potent street car. So let's see. So our first run went pretty well. It was very rich, but as you can see from the graph, the torque didn't pick up well because of our ignition reader for the dyno. I think it was moving around, so we'll get that fixed. But yeah, car felt okay. Boost came on. This was like 22 pounds or something like that. It wasn't so bad. I'm gonna fix the fuel first, and then we'll get everything else dialed in. So I only adjusted fuel, and we picked up some horsepower on that. The car just on wide open throttle, just being more efficient, I think. And now it's time to turn up the boost, but you know, we're kind of getting at the limits of the 93 octane power that I want to put down anyway. Let's see what a couple of degrees of timing does. So 2 degrees of timing, it's exactly what I wanted to do. It's close to 5, it's on 93. I am going to stop it here because he's on dual maps. There's no real reason to push 93 that hard. So right now, everything seems to go well. Only thing is my ignition is still not, the dyno ignition coil connector is kind of not picking it up, so our torque, our readings are messed up. It's reading like 700-800 or whatnot, which is obviously not true. But yeah, so we're gonna switch fuels now. All right, so we're gonna switch fuels now. Let's see what happens. is the base run on E85, and I'm pushing still the same boost, which is like 24 pounds, 22 pounds, something like that. Pretty rich at this point, but I'm gonna dial that down and turn up the boost just a little bit. The customer doesn't really want crazy power, even though this turbo is capable. And you know, this is a used turbo. We are gonna try to keep it safe as far as everything else goes, including the bottom end build. All right, so aftermath chaos. Let me show you what the fuck just happened. That wasn't even, it was like 30 something pounds, 32 maybe. Just building boost. I thought the head gasket blew, but everything looks good on the motor. It's the turbo. The turbo came off completely. So back to the drawing board, getting a replacement for him, and probably a retune. This is not fun cleaning the dyno, and Mo is the only one that's going to clean it because I'm about to go to lunch. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. Last time, you remember this car had a tragic event with the Fp Black, and we got a new one. This is literally 4 weeks later from the last dyno session. It should be good to go, but before we get to that, we have that Colin again. Remember his car, small turbo, big dick, that was making like 700 something, slipping all over the dyno. So he decided to upgrade some parts on his car for absolutely no reason.
Exactly.
Correct.
100%.
That's the way to do it, for no reason. He's had solid mounts on all around.
Yes.
But what he actually did, well, let's take a look at what's underneath the car, because I never got to show you guys. So he's like built to the teeth. Everything is built, and he has what kind of tranny is that?
That's a dog box group N.
Okay, and sequential.
Sequential shifter.
Right.
Still normal 5-speed.
Okay. Okay. Any upgrades to the final gear?
No.
Okay. So he's still running a 3584 RS, one of my favorite turbos, and as you guys remember, 700 something. So let's take a look at what you actually did. So something about Colin, yeah, he does do upgrades for no reason, but his main motivation is just to have nice, cool things. So he put a tubular subframe. What is it, by
Racefab New Zealand.
Racefab New Zealand, okay.
Yeah. Rear tube subframe, lower control arms, and trailing arms.
How long did it take you to put it in?
Probably too long. About 7-8 hours.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, taking everything out and re-putting it in, aligning things. Okay, but you were working on your own car, so it's
Correct.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Meticulous time.
So what kind of performance do you think, like, or changes that you're going to see?
I'm probably going to have less teeth.
Okay.
I'm hoping just to have a stiffer rear end for those launches, because the
Right.
stock 3 or 4 part mounting is not ideal.
Right.
So this here has many more connections to the rear diff.
Okay. Okay, maybe it's time to upgrade to the 2500T? The Haltech? Make use of everything?
Nah, 2500 is fine. Let's wait till we break that.
Okay, okay. Okay, so, you know, last time I tuned you, I noticed that we were literally at 35 pounds of boost, and then it was dropping to like 32 by red line.
Yeah.
Intentionally dropped, and you were making some serious power. I want to see what this thing will do at 40 pounds. What do you think? What do you think it's?
Let me let me keep those pipes from blowing off first.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So today we're gonna finish tuning that. As you guys remember, the FP Black incident. But a second thing that we're working on, I'm really excited. One of our friend, homegirl, customer, she has a Miata, and she's gonna do a K series and a BMW M3 transmission swap, and it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna make some videos. This is still coming. Alex has basically decided to scrap his whole plan, get a G42 front facing made by Gonzo, and rebuild this motor. That's what we're doing. It's probably about a month. It's gonna be back together, and very excited. So stay tuned, and we're gonna see what this thing does. All right, so we're about to do a base run. The turbo is different. I did take it to the street, and I noticed that it was a little leaner from before. So that this turbo, even though it's an FP Black, and the other one was an FP Black, was much more efficient. Like I'm seeing in the AFR changes of 1. So let's see how this this turbo does now. So this is the first run on the new turbo. This is still at 24 pounds and really not pushing it at all. Still running 93 octane timing. And everything seems to be going well. I want to take it easy. This car has some issues here and there that I am really uncomfortable with. But this turbo really is much better than the one before, even though it's the same one. I feel like it was damaged to begin with. But let's see where this goes. So this was 29 pounds, and not really that much timing either, just slightly, I would say moderate timing, and is making good power. So right now I'm going to ask the client if, this is okay, if this is where he wants to stop, because, it's based on his comfortability level. Me personally, it's a questionable build, so I really don't want to push it further than this. So let's see what Gustavo says. So without increasing the boost, I would not make any more power.
Link disengaged.
So now it's time to call Gustavo, see what he wants. All right, so Gustavo basically said, 560 something is fine. So that's where we stopped it. It's a good decision because the build on this thing is questionable. We didn't build it. And he did spend, a good amount of money, close to his budget. So we want to keep it safe. Later on, when he freshens up the block or whatever, then we're going to really push it. I want to take this time to thank everyone that's been sending a lot of love for my channel, giving me encouragement to keep doing the videos. I want to thank you guys. Keep the questions coming. I don't mind answering, but just be mindful of what you're asking. You got to give me some background. I've recently gotten some questions about knock and Maybach and this stuff, but with no background. So you got to give me at least your build, your history, what's gone, what's happened, the power level that you achieved, when if you have any dyno issues, what kind of dyno it was. Any details that you tell me will always greatly help you. And also I want you to keep in mind that, you know, these are not perfect science. So you don't have one person making all the parts. You have one person making the turbo, maybe not specifically for your car, another group of people making the injectors, maybe not specifically for your car, and you have a bunch of stuff just put together. You will, if you modify your car, even before modifications, performance cars, you're going to have issues. It's not going to be as reliable, say, as a, you know, a Camry or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. You need to anticipate that you are changing something dramatically, that it's not going to be perfect. So you need to vary your degree, your definition of what perfection is. And other than that, if we're all honest about what we expect out of the car, what's possible, then I think the results are always going to be great. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, keep watching and subscribing. Every little bit of comments and watch time, everything helps. Thank you.